Namaskaram to all. Today we start the Aswadana series on Subhu's Corner. The objective of the Aswadana series, it will be a series on appreciation of the fine arts, especially music, which is considered the finest of fine arts. The format of this series would be to take up a composition, hear the rendition of the composition by great Vidwans and Vidushis, and then go into appreciating the composition as well as the composer. The objective of starting the series was to create a greater awareness among the Rasikas of the greatness of our composers and the compositions. So let's start the session today, and let's start by first hearing the rendition of the first song of the series by none other than my teacher, Sangeeta Kala Acharya Vidushi Srimati Alabelumani. After we hear the rendition of the song, we shall then look into the appreciation of the song.
Swagopal Parasata Swararaga Nishayajita Swagopal Parasata Swararaga Nishayajita Nada Lodai Brahma Nada Madave Manasanada Lodi Brahmananda Parivaratma Bhusurapati Sarajama Ganeshadi Harigaratma Bhusurapati Sarajama Ganeshadi Varamulu Pasyachara Varagaga Rajutaliu Varamulu Pasyachara Varagaga Rajutaliu Lodai Brahma Nada Madave Manasarada Lodai Brahma Nada Madave.
What a beautiful song, and what a great beginning to the series. We said that music was the finest of the fine arts. What is the reason we call it the finest of the fine arts? Because it can take us closest to the source of this entire creation. How is that? The Upanishads speak of the entire source of creation to be the Brahman. Brahmadhyeva kalvimani bhutani jayante tena jatani jivanti. It is from that Brahman that the entire universe has been created. It is sustained in that Brahman and it merges back into that Brahman. That Brahman, the very first manifestation of that Brahman in a verbal form is called as Omkaram or the Pranavam, which is also referred to as Nadam. The Nadam, Pranavam, Omkaram. All these refer to the very first verbal manifestation of this Brahman. Patanjali in his Yoga Sutra, he says, Tasya vachakha pranavaha. Pranava is its vachaka, is its verbal manifestation. From this nada, pranava, omkara, the entire universe of sounds and words was created. In the Sankita Ratnakaram, Sharangadeva mentions, Nadena yajyate varnaha padam varnat padat vachaha vachaso vyavaharaha ayam nada adhinam ato jagat. The entire world is adhinam, is dependent on nadam, because from nadam the entire universe of sounds and words have emerged. This nadam is the basis of our sangeetam, of our music. And if music is taken up as a sadhana, as an upasana, then it will take us to this nadam, to this very source, to this very first manifestation of Brahman, of that creator. It is hence that the happiness that one derives in this nadam is considered to be the happiness of Brahman itself. And that is why Tyagaraja Swami says, Nada loludai Brahmanandam andave. He gets Brahmanandam. He attains Brahmanandam, the one who is immersed in nada, the one who is immersed in that upasana of that primeval sound. It is from this nada that the Sapta Swaras have emerged. And by the combination of the Sapta Swaras, the various ragas have emerged. And how beautiful is each raga, giving its own variety, giving its own emotion and feeling. Swadu phala Rada Sapta Swara Raga Nichaya Sahita Nada Lolude. So that nada is comprising of all the swaras and the combination of these swaras into different ragas. And the beauty, the varied colors that it brings, all this together that is comprised in that nada, the one who is immersed in that nada, he attains Brahmanandam itself. The so-called Trinity, whom we consider Brahma, Vishnu, Mahesha, who create the world, who sustain the world, and who destroy the world, they themselves are Nadopasakas. And it is only because of the upasana of Nada that they are able to do their functions properly, says Tyagaraja Swami. And this is also given in the Sankita Ratnakaram. Nadopasanaya devaha Brahma Vishnu Maheshwaraha Pravanti upasitaha nunam yasmat ete tad atmakaha. All of them, they are able to perform their duties of creation, sustenance, and destruction only because they are doing upasana. They are meditating and contemplating on that supreme nada. Tyagaraja Swami goes even further and says, not just the Trinity, Surapati, the Lord of Devas, Indra, Sharajanma, the one who was born in the forest of reeds, whom we call as Sharavana Bhava, that is Muruga, Subramanya. Ganesha, not just the celestials and the deities, even the great rishis, like Tumburu, Narada, and many such rishis. Vara, Maunulu, Pasinchare, they are all doing upasana of this Nadam. Hari, Hara, Atma Bhu, Surapati, Sharajanma, Ganeshadi. Hari is Vishnu, Hara is Shiva, Atma Bhu, the one who was born Swayambhu, is Brahma, Surapati is Indra, Sharajanma is Kartikeya or Subramanya, Ganesha, all these different celestials, Vara, Muni, Maunulu, the different munis, Upasinchare, they are doing upasana, Vara Tyagaraju Teliyu. The nada which they are all contemplating and worshipping, and that nada which this Tyagaraja also knows to some extent. He has also learned. He also is worshipping. He is also an Adopasaka. He is also worshipping that supreme nada. That nada which is worshipped by Tyagaraja also. If you're immersing in that, what more Brahmanandam, what more happiness do you need? This is one of the beautiful kritis of Tyagaraja Swami in the ragam Kalyana Vasantam. Kalyanam indicates auspiciousness, and Vasanta is spring, the harbinger of happiness. So this itself is in a ragam which is auspicious and the harbinger of happiness. I would like to mention a point here. Nadopasana has been treated as one of the methods, one of the ways for liberation, for mukti. Just like the Vedas, the Upanishads proclaim of different paths towards mukti, towards self-realization, the Nadopasana, which is also mentioned in the Upanishads also in form of meditating of the Omkara or the Pranavanada, that Nadopasana is also one of the effective means of self-realization. And Tyagaraja Swami was one of the living examples of an Nadopasaka. The difference between an Nadopasaka and just a singer or a musician. For an Nadopasaka, the Nada is a means towards liberation. It is not a means of living. It is not a means of getting money. It is not a means of earning name and fame. He is worshipping. That Nadopasaka worships the Nada day in and day out, so that it can ultimately lead to the objective or the goal of self-realization. And we have had such great Nadopasakas who have lived that life and shown to us. There are many kritis of Tyagaraja Swami extolling the greatness of Nada and Nadopasana, which we shall definitely take up in the upcoming sessions. Before we wind up, with this background of understanding of the composition, let's hear to the kriti once again by Alumelu teacher, and then we wrap up the session for today.
Swagopal Parasata Swararaga Nishayajita Swagopal Parasata Swararaga Nishayajita Nada Lodai Brahma Nada Nada Manasanada Lodi Brahmananda Parivaratma Bhusurapati Sarajama Ganesha Devi Harivaratma Bhusurapati Sarajama Ganesha Devi Varamulu Pasyachara Varakaga Rajutadivu Varamulu Pasyachara Varakaga Rajutadivu Lodai Brahma Nada Mudave Manasada Lodai Brahma Nada Mudave.
We also saw that Tyagaraja Swami addresses the mind, Manasa, and you'll find a lot of kritis of Tyagaraja Swami as well as of Dikshitar, where they address the mind, because The mind is only the main factor that is going to help you in progressing in the spiritual path by going on the right path. So with this, we end the session today. I hope all of you liked the series, liked the session. Keep watching the different sessions on Subhu's Corner until we meet next with another song, with another composition and its appreciation. Keep watching the different sessions on Subhu's Corner. Namaskara.